Okay, we'll call the meeting to order at 4:30. I believe Erica is here online. Is that you, Erica? Let's see. On mute. He's not paying attention, maybe. Okay,
Can you hear me? I'm here. I'm sorry.
yep, now I hear
Okay.
you. Regular meeting minutes, September 5th. We all were there.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes.
You want me to second that, Erica? Or,
Yeah, because I haven't read them. I'm sorry. I'll abstain.
okay, I'll second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Erica abstains.
Yep.
Tax collector report, really good report. Back taxes, really came in, collected to date 51,843.15, and budget, we had budgeted 35,000 for the whole year.
Wow.
So I had some really large ones that came in, which really should help. Back interest also is almost at, it's 96.32% already this year. Budgeted 15, it's 1448. So she's doing pretty well with all that. And hopefully that continues through the year. Refunds, abatements, I don't think we had any. Appointments, we have for Beach and Recreation, Melissa Healy for a term of October 15th, 23 to October 14th, 28. Is there a motion to appoint her?
I'll make that one.
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
It's gonna be a quick meeting. Correspondence, really none. I do have a report. We had a lot of projects going on. Give you kind of an update on these projects. Of course, the East Shore Road paving project, it's essentially complete. They got a few more, maybe driveway aprons, and a couple little fixes here and there. And the highway department will be backfilling all that kind of curbing. Most of this was funded through a $500,000 steep grant from the state of Connecticut. And, with the town filling up the balance of, it may be close to 190,000 instead of 168. We did have some storm damage that happened that had to get repaired. But we're going to talk with the company on the final amount for the storm damage. And there were some extras in there that had to get done at the time too. That will be brought to the Board of Finance as well. All the millings that came from the asphalt, the milling of East Shore Road, the town crew was able to cover pretty much all of the parking area down at the town beach with the millings. They have a roller, they're rolling them in. They covered the driveway going to the beach. So that should be in pretty good shape, which was came at the right time. There was a watershed study done, and one of the locations on that study that was adding nutrients into Bantam Lake was our town beach parking lot. And so they came up with a recommendation to kind of grade that parking lot to one central point where that water would go through a kind of a filtration system, a retaining area, and then slowly make its way out to the lake. So that's what we're doing with the parking lot. It's kind of two things, two birds with one stone. Also, the millings be utilized at the transfer station and some down at the Morris Cemetery Road. The upper part of that road is in pretty poor shape.
Yes.
So,
Yep.
I think we talked about at our last meeting, maybe, was the goose barrier down at the town beach that was planted a couple weeks ago. Part of it was underwater for a little while. Hopefully it's clear. But there's more to do on that, probably in the spring, maybe this fall. It depends how busy our highway crew is. But we have to put the gates in for that and may put up like a temporary small fence behind it, wire fence, until it grows in a little bit more. But it looked pretty good, and hopefully that takes care of the problem down there with the geese. I think I mentioned last time, these HVAC units, both here and the firehouse are completed and working quite well. It's a nice addition to have, came in handy with some of the heat that we had after they were installed. All that was paid through the ARPA funds. Firehouse parking lot, it's ready to be graded and paved. A little bit of delay there because of all the rain we've had. And a lot of work was done prior to this. Propane line was put underground into the firehouse from the new underground outside tank. The leader drains from the roof, instead of spilling onto the parking lot next to the building, they were run underground, brought out to daylight in the bank out near the pond. And what else was done? Oh, we ran a water line down to near the memorial area. So we have water after we plant all the flowers there and everything, make it a lot easier. Speaking of grants, I did apply for, and we just got notice the other day that we received a $500,000 small town economic assistance program grant from the state. This will be utilized for the John White Road Bridge project that was pretty much next on our list as far as bridges to undertake. The preliminary engineering cost for the project was figured around close to $700,000. So the town would have to come up with the remainder if they decide to do so. We've applied for steep funding in the past. We got about $150,000 for the firehouse bathrooms, $129,000 for the retaining wall at the transfer station, another $500,000 for the mill and pave of East Shore Road. We also applied, I mentioned this in the past, for the TRIP program, Transportation Rural Improvement Program. It's only for towns that are considered rural. We applied for that. The money is there, approved by the state, but they have to approve the projects. And we're hoping to hear about that end of this month, maybe into November sometime. They keep on delaying that. This would be used to make some improvements to Looking Glass Hill Road, and there's no matching funds required for this grant, which is really nice. So hopefully we hear good news about that. And if you'll notice, there's a new handrail out in the front of the community hall that goes up the walkway and up the front steps. It was done by General Welding of Watertown. They did a really nice job. I gotta say, we're great to work with, and we funded that through LoSiP. So those are all the updates. Do I have anything else?
When you said, I read in the paper that you did get the 500,000 grant for the bridge.
Yep.
When you said the Board of Finance has to approve,
Well, we have to finish with we put money in capital,
Right.
but we have to put more money in capital.
Oh, okay.
And then the town will still have to approve it too.
right?
Yeah.
But do you see a problem with them not approving it?
I wouldn't think so. I think we're in a good position to be able to fund that. And I talked to the engineer. He called me to congratulate us. He's happy. But he says the process, it's going to be probably a year to get the Army Corps of Engineers permit.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think this project will happen in 24. I think it'll probably be like spring of 25. And that will give us enough time, I think, to build that
Build that.
200,000
Okay. Yeah, it'd be a shame to get the grant and not
do it.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the problem is you're not always ready with the monies when the grant opportunity shows up. And but I think this one will work timing wise. Erica, did you have anything?
Nope, sounds good.
Anyone else online have any comments, questions? I'm just asking them to unmute, but we're losing them. Well, I have nothing else, and it's 4:40. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make that motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, Erica, do you hear us pretty well?
Yeah, I hear you perfect.
All right, we're gonna modify them for the next meeting, our microphones, and see if it still works properly, but. All right, at 4:40, all those in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.